Hello, everyone. This is another episode of The Happy Doc. Just coming off of that Chase Jarvis episode. So excited. I want to start off by saying there's been so much love online about that episode. Creativity is amazing, and his book, The Creative Calling, is something that teaches us the important habit, the important skill of cultivating our creativity. I actually pre-ordered the book and I'm really excited for it. And this episode is just like every episode now. I'm trying to hone my own creative skills as I'm recording. So Chase has been such a positive impact on my life. I'm really excited to read his book coming out tomorrow. And if you guys didn't listen to the episode, please check that out. But for today's episode, I wanted to talk about a story from my past. And, there's a lot of these stories from gymnastics for me, but I can think of specific moments which I think were really formative and taught me so much about life and about building ourselves and building our skills and improving and all of those things. So I'm going to start off the story as a young me at 6 years old. And when I was 6, I had to hop on this event or a piece of equipment called the mushroom. It literally looks like a mushroom, and the top of it is this kind of leather shell. And you learn a skill called a circle. And if you guys haven't seen much of gymnastics, if you imagine people on that big pommel horse event and they're circling around the equipment, that's the circle. You do a 360-degree revolution around this piece of equipment. And the mushroom is just this equipment that's on the floor, and it has this leather shell, and you have to circle your body around it. So when I first saw people do circles on the mushroom, I was super impressed. I was like, oh my gosh, how do they do that? How do they jump their body around this whole thing? And when I was learning the circle, my coach had us start off by walking around the mushroom with our hands and just positioning ourselves and kind of circling ourselves around the body, but just walking around. Then later he had us jump to the quarter position, just jumping to that quarter position, not doing a full revolution around, but just going one quarter around. And he had us repeat this like 10 or 15 times. Then he'd have us jump to the 1/2, then eventually the 3/4, and then hopefully the full circle. Well, in my mind, I imagined myself doing 50 circles one day, and I kept training at the skill day in, day out. This is a 6-year-old me, and every day I'm coming in trying to jump on these circles. When I first started, I could only do a quarter of a circle. And I kept trying to do the quarter, and no matter what I could barely get past a quarter. But I got my quarters pretty good. I would get in the right position. My arms were in the right place. I would keep my chest nice and open. And eventually, one day, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, I get the 1/2. But that was after me grinding day in and day out. I mean, again, this was already probably months of me doing these quarter circles. And now I'm jumping, and I finally get the 1/2. And the 1/2 is difficult, and I'm working on that 3/4, and maybe another month goes by and finally get to 3/4, and another month goes by and I finally get to one circle. And then later in my future, let's fast forward a little bit, when I was 8 years old, I was able to do 55 of these circles on a low mushroom. So the mushroom I was describing before was elevated, so you could kind of cheat. But now I was doing this on the floor, and I could do 55 circles. I had the record in my gym for most circles at that age. And this story just shows you that when you have a passion, when you have a vision, in my mind, I wanted to get to 50 circles, and I got past that. But in my mind, I didn't know a couple things. I didn't know it was going to take me 2 or 3 years to get to the 55 circles. I didn't know how much work it was going to take. I just knew I was going to get there. And in life, we all have these visions in our mind, places we want to be, situations that we would love to have. One of the books I just read, actually, it says, it's not what you want that you should think about. It should be the problems you want to have, because no matter where you go, you get problems. But I digress. When you have these visions, when you have this idea in mind, it's going to take consistent effort every day. And we have to keep moving. We have to keep working. We have to keep building our skills, because the vision is there, but that path is not certain, and that path is laid down through the grind. I know I'm speaking to a population of professionals, whether it's in business or health professionals or my physician group. We know how to grind. We do. But if we want to set out that big vision or image of where we would like to be, and not that we need to stop enjoying our lives now or work on our lives now, but if we're going to go to that next level, to that next step, we're going to have to jump to our quarter circles. We're going to have to do quarter circles every day for a month. We're going to have to do half circles every day for a month. We're going to have to do 3 quarters. We're going to have to consistently push the boundary every day, consistently, for us to get to that 50. And I don't know what that 50 circle mark is for you. I don't assume to imagine, but we have to get 1% better. We have to keep pushing ourselves to improve, because it's that challenge that makes life interesting. I saw this quote: the challenge is what makes life interesting, but it is the completion or the working through of the challenge which gives life meaning. So let's get through whatever challenge we have. Let's be awesome in our lives. Let's work through it, and don't let life get you down. Let life make you better. Let life improve. Let yourself be an inspiration for all. That's the point of this podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed that thought for today and that story. I hope you have an amazing day, whatever it is that you do today. Wishing you lots of love. And if you enjoyed this episode, if it brought you any value, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. It's one of the best ways to support us. Please check out medflashgo.com. MedFlashGo is the first voice-based interactive medical question bank, and it's awesome, and we love it. We just had our team call yesterday, and our team loves working on it, and we're consistently working on innovating and building it to make it better. So please check it out, medflashgo.com. Have an awesome one, guys. Peace.